I wouldn't recommend anything to anyone until I've got answers to 3 questions. And I'll tell you the same thing about anyone you're talking to. And if an advisor is recommending a product before they've asked you these, they're not advising you, they're selling you. Those are different activities, right? So question 1, what are you actually trying to accomplish? And I know that sounds cliche, but every advisor asks about goals. Most people ask it once, accept the first answer, and move on. And the first answer is always the same, right? Like, I want to retire comfortably. Listen, that is not a goal, that's a mood. So I keep going. Comfortable meaning, what does a Tuesday look like? Are you traveling? And if so, how much and for how many years? Are you helping the grandkids with school? Are you trying to leave something behind? Or are you trying to spend the last dollar on the last day, right? Like die at zero. Because those 2 answers build completely different plans. Everything downstream, the strategy, the accounts, the products should be reverse engineered from exactly that answer. And if you get this wrong, everything after that is wrong too. Question 2 is, what are you afraid of? And this one gets skipped constantly. And it's arguably more important than the first one. The reason is because fear drives more retirement decisions than goals do. And people's fears are specific. One person is terrified of running out of money. Another person watched a parent lose a chunk in 2008 and can't stand the thought of a down year. Another one saw a family member spend 3 years in a nursing home and knows exactly what that cost and the burden it created. Those are 3 different people who might have the same account balance and the same stated goal, and they need 3 different retirement plans. If I don't know what you're afraid of, I'll build you something that is technically correct, but you'll bail out on the worst possible moment, right? You've got to have conviction. It has to be built around that. Question 3, what do you already believe about your options? Meaning, do you have a bias for or against anything? Some people hear the word annuity or life insurance and they completely shut down. They've read something, or they had a bad experience, or a brother-in-law got sold something ugly in 1998. Some people are just the opposite, and they want everything guaranteed no matter what it costs them, right? They have to have that insurance against things like longevity risk. Some people won't touch individual stocks. Some people won't sell a stock their dad left them, right? They have an emotional attachment to it. We need all of that on the table. And I'm not asking so I can talk you out of it. I'm asking because a plan that you won't actually follow is completely worthless. If you have a hard no, I'd rather build around that versus finding out about it after the fact. So now, why in that order? Well, because goals tell me where we're going, fears tell me what the plan has to survive, and your existing beliefs tell me what tools I'm actually allowed to use to get there with any bias. Here's what I do with this, okay? Before your next meeting, and really with any advisor, answer these things for yourself in writing and then see whether they ask. If they don't ask, you've learned something really important about that meeting. And if you want me to walk through them with you, the link is below.